You guys are watching the Dallas Cowboys Report. Let's dive into some post-press conference reactions and some news that also broke while Jerry Jones was doing Jerry Jones things and kind of rambling on a little bit here. We're actually going to begin with the comp picks. Those came on just moments before that press conference began. The Cowboys, as expected, did pick up 4 2021 NFL draft picks via the compensatory pick process. A round 3 selection, number 99 overall, a round 4 pick, number 139 overall, a round 5, number 179, and a round 6, number 227. Now, that in total, unofficially, because the NFL has not yet announced it, gives the Cowboys 10 draft picks for this upcoming season. Of course, number 10 overall, number 2, number 3. Round 1, round 2, round 3, number 10, number 44, number 75. Those ones were known. Then there's the third round comp pick, number 99, coming in as a result of losing Byron Jones in free agency. A round 4 pick, that's their normal round 4, number 116. An additional round 4 comp pick, that one comes as a result of losing Robert Quinn to the Bears in free agency. That round 5 pick, which is also a compensatory draft pick as part of losing Randall Cobb to the Houston Texans. Round 6, number 192. The final comp pick, round 6, number 227, which will technically go as a result of losing Jeff Heath, but there were some balancing out. The Cowboys signed Gerald McCoy and Clinton Dix, and those guys counted in the comp pick formula. They also lost Malik Collins and Jason Witten. So in the end, it's for Jeff Heath, but you could almost pick whichever guy you wanted there in terms of that. And then round 7, number 239 overall. In total, 10 draft picks coming the Dallas Cowboys' way. We'll see if they keep them all, if they add 1 or 2, if they trade down, package them together. They've got ammunition, though, to make some moves and be aggressive or add to a future draft class in terms of with all of those draft picks. They've got plenty of options in there. And of course, we'll keep you guys covered on everything around the Dallas Cowboys and the NFL draft. Hit that big red button and subscribe. We got to 89K during that press conference. Thank you guys all so much. But we're not going anywhere. We're going to keep you guys covered on everything going on around the Dallas Cowboys. So if you want to stay in the know, hit that big red button and subscribe today. Let's get to some press conference takeaways then, right? Beginning, of course, with Dak Prescott, who made it very clear he's heading in the right direction. He says he's healthy. He thanked everyone for the support, and everything is on track despite what maybe one radio guy said about Dak Prescott's injury. So Dak did not commit to an exact, I'm going to be ready by this day, although if you paid attention at the end, he did specifically mention OTAs and how important he thinks those are, and he also said he's going to be ready when it matters. In terms of the timeline of the recovery, we are still in the middle of that 4 to 6 month period. We at mid-April was supposed to be that 6-month ending timeline there. Dak was out there, no boot, no crutches. He looked fine. I'm not concerned in the end about Dak Prescott's health in terms of recovery. Frankly, I think the biggest concern might be making sure Dak doesn't overdo it and push himself a little bit too hard, which I think might have been a thing earlier in the rehab process. I feel good about Dak Prescott. Clearly, the Dallas Cowboys do. Every piece of information outside of one that clearly shouldn't be valued as anything has made it very clear everyone thinks Dak's going to be just fine. So what is your confidence level in Dak Prescott? Rate it for me on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being you're melting. I think this was the worst contract in the history of contracts maybe ever given out. You shouldn't be a 1. 10 being you feel immensely confident. If you want to go with the 9 just because of the injury, well, I understand that as well. Dak and Jerry and Steven also spoke repeatedly about the partnership side of this and how Dak never had a doubt he thought he was going to be here, and this is his home, and he's a Cowboy, and all the things you want to hear Dak Prescott say are exactly what we heard at this press conference today. And it's nice, and I think for Dak from a headspace, kind of like he mentioned as well, it is nice to not have to deal with the contract questions anymore. Jerry said Dak wants to be here. Dak says Jerry wants to be, or Dak says he wants to be there. The Cowboys wanted him. He wants the Cowboys, everything. That partnership is officially completed. Consummated, if you want to go with it, a more vulgar potential route right there. It's nice to have this done. It's nice to be able to focus on free agency. It's nice to be able to, as Steven said, they got some money to spend if they want to. We will see if the Cowboys actually choose to spend money in free agency. But I want to emphasize again, as I'm sure I'll have to down the road, the Dak Prescott contract does not inhibit the Cowboys from spending money in free agency. In fact, quite the opposite. It actually makes it easier. If you want to spend, you can. Ask the Saints. Ask the Chiefs. Ask every other team out there. If you want to go get somebody, you can. It's a matter of want to for Stephen Jones and the Cowboys this offseason. So are you guys happy that the Cowboys signed Dak Prescott? I think the answer should be H's in the comments section. I know there were plenty of non-Cowboys fans in there and some trolls, as it always is on these major events. But are you happy? Get your votes in for me. If you are happy, then type in H. If you're mad, you can type in M. But I don't know why you'd be mad, bro. It's a pretty good day to be a Dallas Cowboy fan. Now, we're going to hook you guys up with a Dak Prescott jersey if you pay attention. Step number 1, head over, and this is important, to chatsports.com/bet. That link at the bottom of your screen, I'll put it in the chat as well and in the comments too. Then once you go there, make sure you use promo code Cowboys125 in order to get a 125% deposit bonus. Put down at least $100. You're eligible for that deposit bonus with our sportsbook partner, BetUS. And once you've done that and placed a bet on March Madness, we can get you guys a Dak Prescott jersey. Perfect timing, given that Dak is now locked up for the long term. Email us, cowboys@chatsports.com. That is cowboys@chatsports.com. In order to claim it, just make sure you use that URL, chatsports.com/bet. If you have questions, by the way, if I talk too fast, as I often do, or you're just confused and have questions, you can also email us, cowboys@chatsports.com. The talking heads out there will make a big deal about the money that the Cowboys paid Dak Prescott. And Jerry Jones, I think, kind of answered that to an extent, mentioning, as he's done before, everything special he's ever had in his life, mainly the Dallas Cowboys, is something he's overpaid for at the time. And then all of a sudden, it looks like a wonderful investment. And I think that analogy is great for Dak Prescott. Because yes, it's a lot of money. 4 years, 160, 40 million per. But as Stephen Jones mentioned several times, the structure of this deal actually isn't all that bad. In fact, the next 2 seasons, the Dallas Cowboys, in terms of the cap hit, are paying Dak Prescott less than what they would have if they franchise tagged him this year. And it's almost less than what they franchise tagged him last year as well. From a cap hit perspective, from the ability to spend money as mentioned in free agency, it's not that bad, fellas. Carson Wentz getting paid more by the Colts and Eagles on their salary cap this year. Jared Goff counting or getting paid more by the Lions or equal to the Rams as Dak Prescott this year. $22.2 million? Guys, that's $15 million less than what it was going to cost on a franchise tag. And as Jerry Jones said in the end, I think that this is important as well. The best chance for a Cowboys title this year, next year, 4 years from now, whatever, truly is paying Dak Prescott. That is the team's best chance. And that's something I've said on this show for years now. If you want to win now, Dak Prescott was your best path. As difficult as we should all know by now, it is for the Cowboys to actually do that, and as difficult as to win a Super Bowl in the NFL in general. I do want to mention again Stephen Jones' comments, that Dak's deal allows the Cowboys to spend money in free agency. I still want to see that. And I am curious to see if the Cowboys continue to go with their, hey, we're going to go bargain bin shopping and try and find some good value and not fully address with a big-time player like a Dalvin Tomlinson, I'll mention just as a hypothetical target. I want to see them spend, but make no mistake about it. And this is what I said for months, actually years, because we could have just played the same old clip over and over again and no one would have known because I've said it for so long now. The Cowboys paying Dak Prescott, it makes life easier on them in building a team around him, especially this upcoming year. Everything is easier. It's more simple. It is the Cowboys have more flexibility. And once they could potentially, of course, and I think they should, restructure Amari Cooper, restructure Zach Martin, restructure DeMarcus Lawrence. $30 million in cap space at the snap of the fingers with a simple email. So if the Cowboys don't spend, it's not because of Dak. It's because they chose not to. So get your votes in on this one here. Did the Cowboys overpay Dak Prescott? Y for yes or N for no? Might feel that way, at least initially with that $40 million per year price tag. But as I've said before, it's less than what it would have been next year. So if you think that the quarterbacks make too much in general, okay, I get that. But you know what? It's not going to look that bad in 2 or 3 or whenever years down the road.